dive into collaboration, how we work together in our departments and across our organizations more effectively. Now, our ability to work effectively together doesn't just mean we get along with our coworkers, right? The ripple effect of collaboration drag, or really inefficiencies and delays caused by both ineffective or excessive collaboration within our teams, is really significant, even to the bottom line, impacting revenue goals and employee retention, especially with return to work, hybrid models. The ways in which we are collaborating are constantly changing, and we want to help solve for that. So let's dive into the platform with Dylan to tour all the new ways that BrightSpot is keeping teams focused and working effectively.
And share my screen real quick. So as Kristen just mentioned, effective collaboration is really essential for content teams, and BrightSpot was designed to streamline communication and boost productivity across your organization. So we're going to look at some of BrightSpot's collaboration features and see how they improve the way that your team could work together, ultimately driving efficiencies throughout your content workflows. So to demonstrate this, we are going to be impersonating a writer to start, Adam Braun, and we're going to work on an assignment to write about the collaboration features in BrightSpot. And in the interest of time, I'm going to start with an article that's already in progress. And using our new My Activity widget, I can easily find the things that I've created or updated, published, viewed, right from my dashboard. And it really saves me a lot of time searching for the content that I need to work on or continue working on. So we're going to start with this article here. And I'm actually going to start by collaborating with BrightSpot's AI, which Chris just showed you, to generate a subheadline. So I'm going to take a shortcut here and just change this real quick. And then once we have this inserted, we're going to just make a few changes to the body here. So we'll go ahead and take that paragraph and move it down. I think I might actually add an image here too. So I'm going to open up our shelf and just go ahead and drag and drop this image inside of here. Then I think I'm going to turn on track changes just so we can keep track of any changes that are made to the body as this moves through the workflow. And we'll go ahead and add a section and maybe a couple tags. All right, so I think I'm ready to submit this to the workflow. But first I need to make sure that the right people have access to this content. And BrightSpot has robust permissions that allow customers to control what content types and areas of the CMS that each user can see, as well as what actions they can take in those areas. But it also provides a new way for users to limit the access to individual content. And this is really going to be a great way for customers who need to work on sensitive content, or for individuals like myself who want to draft their content in the CMS privately before they're ready to share it for feedback. So in this case, I'm using the user access widget, and I currently have access set to just Adam Braun, so only he can see this in the CMS. But we're going to go ahead and add myself so that we can demonstrate how this goes through a workflow and how an editor might see this. All right, so now I think we're ready to submit this article. So we're going to go up here to the workflow. We'll go ahead and add a quick comment saying this is ready for review. And we'll go ahead and submit it for review. All right. So at this point, I'm going to stop impersonating Adam. We're done with him. And I'll be now logged in as myself. And one of the great things about BrightSpot is you can subscribe to a variety of different notification types for different events that happen, such as workflow transitions. And something that we've done recently is made our notifications even better by adding actions to the notifications so that users can engage with content from the applications where they're receiving these notifications, which makes it easier for teams to collaborate and provide feedback from wherever they are. So you can see here, I've gotten my workflow notification that Adam has transitioned this article. You can see the comment that I left, And I have some different actions I can take. So I can open this article up by clicking on preview, and I'll actually get a preview link here where I can view this article the same way that our end users or site visitors are going to be able to see this. And I could do my review here and check and see if this article looks good, read through it. And if it was good to go, I could come back in and I could actually transition it through the workflow. So I could come and say, this is ready to publish, or it needs copy edits or whatever. I can also leave a comment on it. I can watch or unwatch the content, all directly from my notifications without having to go in the CMS. But in this case, I do want to see exactly what's changed between versions. So I'm going to go back to the CMS here. And I'm going to use our version history to get a more detailed view of the changes that he made. And in Brightspot, we provide a really complete version history for every asset, which includes every save, workflow transition, anytime content's been scheduled to publish, revisions have been made, or when the content has actually been published to go live. And this version history actually lets me compare any two versions inside of here with each other and see exactly what's changed. So if we want to go ahead and say this one here, and we're going to go ahead and compare with the live or the most recent version in this case, and you get a very detailed view of what's changed between the two. So we see the sub headline's been added. We can see this image has been moved really because I moved the paragraph down. And then you would be able to see any other changes that are made throughout. You can see the new image that we've added, and at the very bottom, you can see the sections and tags that have been added as well. All right. Some other cool things I can do in here is I can leave comments directly in line, which you saw Chris do inside of the rich text editor. You'll be able to see any additions that have been made. So if I were to go ahead and make a change here, you'll see those changes being tracked inside the CMS with track changes. And I can use our conversations widget to leave detailed or more general comments. And in this case, I can go ahead and mention Adam so that to make sure that he gets a notification and just tell him that this looks great. And at that point, you can actually start a full conversation in the CMS here as well with replies and everything. So once this is ready, and I think it's pretty good article ready to publish, we're going to go ahead and move it to ready to publish now. And at this point, we're going to schedule it to publish out for a launch event that's coming up next week. So in here, we'll go to overrides, click schedule, and leave it's on the 27th. We're going to do it around 12. And we'll go ahead and schedule that. All right. So now that this content's been scheduled, we're going to go back to the dashboard, and we're going to look at our improved calendar widget here, which is able to display Brightspot scheduled events, assignment due dates, any other custom events that you have in Brightspot, as well as external calendar events that have been imported into Brightspot. So we've made it possible to import calendar events from external applications like a Google Calendar, Microsoft Calendar, other planning tools into Brightspot so they can actually display them all in one unified view, making it easier for teams to plan content as well as provide transparency to stakeholders as when things are scheduled to be published or when assignments are due and things like that. So you'll see that my scheduled article is now showing up here. You can see the original assignment that was due, as well as our Brightspot product launch event that's coming in from our Google Calendar integration. On top of that, we also can export these events out to external calendars. So if you wanted to provide transparency to your stakeholders who might not log in the CMS as when content's going to be scheduled, you'll come over to the calendar and you would see that the scheduled event would show up there. So as you can see, these collaboration tools that Brightspot offers really can be invaluable to content teams with the integration of the calendar feeds, some of the content creation collaboration features such as track changes and version history, providing really an efficient review and feedback process. And by leveraging these tools, teams can really streamline their communication, improve their teamwork, and ultimately deliver high quality content.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dylan.